So if you see somebody making mistakes in their life, so you might see a hype, right? And you think they did drugs and their life is on the wrong path, okay? But then you might end up at a party and somebody offers you drugs. And you think, they look like they're okay. Maybe I should try them. Doing the same thing over and over again, even if it's not you, if you do something that you see somebody else doing and you think you're going to have a different result, that's the definition of insanity. So you know how a hype became a hype? They weren't always a hype. At one point, they were just like you and me, thinking, if I do these drugs, I'm going to feel good just this one time. Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result is the definition of insanity. There is nothing special about the chemical makeup of your brain or the chemical makeup of my brain that we would respond differently to heroin or cocaine, differently than the hype would. So know that while we are very unique, we are all part of the human race. So don't do anything stupid, like trying drugs or having unprotected sex, same thing. You know the outcome. So I wasn't insane, well, not really insane, and I decided to do something differently. I wasn't going to keep repeating the same mistake, so I became celibate. I just stopped having sex. I said, having sex is getting me in trouble. I mean, it is taking me away from my dreams. I just became celibate. And that was a very good decision for me. It allowed me to focus. So I'm going to ask for another volunteer. And I see somebody who's just so interested in my talk. Come on up here. You. Okay, you want to come up here? Okay. So what's your name?
Deontay.
Deontay. Yeah. You can sit down there for a second. And your name is?
Aaron.
Hi, Aaron. So Aaron, I'm going to ask you to hold this speech ball for me. Deontay, I promised I wouldn't embarrass you. Do you have a girlfriend? You don't have to say if you do or if you don't. No, okay. So can you just name a girl? Pick a girl's name.
Stephanie.
What was that?
Stephanie.
Stephanie. Stephanie. So Deontay, this is Stephanie. She's your girl. Deontay, Stephanie loves you. She loves your dirty drawers. And you love her. She's so soft.
I know.
She's so pretty. She just loves being with you. She just loves being with you. And you love being with her. So you do have some dreams, though. Like you want to fulfill certain dreams. And you got to do some work. You got to make some sacrifices to fulfill those dreams. But right now, Stephanie is feeling so soft. And she's so pretty.
I know.
All right. So, Deontay, if you had to get a job today, how much money would you want to make?
A month or
Year, your salary.
a yearly salary?
Mm-hmm. 6 digits, my 100,000?
Yes.
Yeah, 100,000 is nice.
That's
and
nice.
I think Stephanie might like that.
Yeah, she would.
Yeah, so, all right, so what if I told you that I would give you $100,000 if you could do this job? So come on and stand up and bring Stephanie with you. Stand right over here. Aaron, you're gonna help Deontay earned his $100,000. And all we're gonna do is keep the ball up in the air. Keep your beach ball up in the air. So hit it once, okay? Back and forth. And the caveat is, Deontay, is that you can't take your arms from around Stephanie because you love her so bad. But you gotta keep the beach ball up, okay? So you can't take your hands off, but keep the beach ball up. Go ahead. So, wait. All right. So, Deontay, you can take Stephanie and put her back in the bench with you and have a seat. Thank you, Aaron, for your help. So my analogy here is that while Deontay realized his dreams, he knew what he wanted to do, he wasn't really focused. He couldn't be focused because Stephanie was so beautiful, and he couldn't take his arms off of Stephanie. Stephanie was everything. And so for me, I had to say, sex is so good, I like it, but it's taking me off my focus. I can't focus. I can't fulfill my dreams because every time I try, I'm ending up pregnant. So I made the choice to become celibate. So once I was focused, I finished my bachelor's degree. Now, can anybody tell me, so you know a bachelor's degree is a degree that you get when you graduate college. Can anybody tell me how long it takes you to get a bachelor's degree? Oh, everybody knows. Well, I apparently didn't know. It took me 10 years to get a bachelor's degree, but I did it, 10 years. So, but once I got focused, I was on a roll. While I was finishing that 10-year bachelor's degree, I hadn't forgotten my dream. And I really, really wanted it. So there's a story of a high schooler who wanted to be in the NBA. So he goes to LeBron James and says, "Tell me what I need to do to be in the NBA." And LeBron was like, "Well, if you're really serious, meet me at North Avenue Beach tomorrow morning at 4:30. And the high school student was like, 4:30? All right. So he shows up at 4:30 the next morning in his suit and tie, all ready to be schooled by LeBron James. And LeBron James says, "Come on out into the water with me." So they takes him out to the water, and they go up to his stomach. And so LeBron James says, "Come a little bit deeper." And he takes him out to his shoulders. And then they go a little bit deeper, and he goes up to his nose. And LeBron James takes his head and pushes him underwater. And the guy is struggling and can't breathe, and he's so scared. And LeBron James finally lets him up, and he's mad. He looks and he's like, "Why did you do that to me?" And LeBron James said, "When you were down there, what did you want?" And his response was, "I wanted to breathe. I wanted air." And LeBron replied, "When you want to be in the NBA as bad as you wanted air, you will be successful." Can anybody think of anything that they want that badly? I'm looking at you. Yes. Can you think of anything that you want as badly as you want air? So the point is that once you find your dream, once you realize what it is inside of you that you want, you have to make yourself want it so badly that you want it as much as you want to breathe, that it becomes a part of you. Well, I wanted to be a doctor pretty badly. I applied to medical school and took Mcats classes in the evening and went to Triton to get all my requirements in. So I went in nursing school in the morning, went to Triton at night, taking statistics and organic chemistry. And in the meantime, I was studying for the Mcats. You all know what the Mcats are? So in order to get into medical school, you have to take a test. And you have to do really well on that test in order to be considered. So you have to study. So, and that's just like a big test like boards, so, or the bar for lawyers. So I was going hard. I think people would say I was focused, that I was determined, and I sacrificed. I slept very little. I would put the kids to bed around 10, sleep for 2 hours, then get up at midnight and do homework until about 3 or 4, and then I would go back to sleep for a few more hours. I worked hard. I want you to know that you will have to work hard in order to achieve your destiny for greatness. Know that you have to be disciplined. Achieving your dreams is not for punks. So, what helped me get here? People loving me and believing in me. I had this one teacher in medical school. His name was Dr. Cannon. And I really thought he hated me. I'm not playing. I mean, he rode and rode and rode me. We would be in office, so he was my supervisor in clinic. So if you all think about when you go to the doctor's office now, you sit in the office and then the medical assistant takes you back and then you meet with the doctor. Well, it was the same setup then, but the patient would see me first and then he would come in with me and find out what I found out about the patient. And then we would make a plan for the patient, send the patient home, and then he would tell me what I did right or what I did wrong. And he told me what I did wrong. I mean, when I would drive past the building that I did my clinic in, I would say, I just want to blow that building up. I don't ever want to go back there. He just rode me and rode me. If I came in late, that was it. He made me want to quit. But as I got better, he rode me less and less. So I've learned if you have a teacher or a parent or a coach that rides and rides you and it seems like whatever you do can't be enough, don't hate them. Be grateful. It's a really, really bad thing when no one cares enough to say that you're messing up. So Dr. Cannon cared about me enough to tell me when I was messing up. My parents may have beat me down, but they developed a responsible young woman. Dr. Cannon may have ridden me to no end, but he developed an excellent doctor. So another lesson I learned is, know that you are where you need to be. Trust that God has put you in the right place. Know that you are enough. When I was in medical school at Loyola, we took a microbiology class. And what that is looking under the microscope at different parts of cells and different bacteria. Well, I passed the class, I did well in it. But after the class was over, I thought everybody was smarter than me. Like I thought they knew the material more than me. So I went to the dean and I said, I know I passed the class, but I think I need to take it over. I think everybody else knows the material, but I don't. And he said something to me. He said, when other students study, they have coffee, they joke around, they look on the internet, and then they study some more. But when you study, you have other responsibilities. So you sit down and you study, and you make the most effective use of that studying time. And then you go take care of your kids, and then you clean the house, and then you read to the kids or do homework with them. And so what he was saying to me was that I was in the right place, that I was okay, that I was enough, essentially, that what I was doing was enough. So another important lesson I learned was that no matter what you're feeling, smile. So I need 2 people from over here. Come on. Who's that sitting next to you?
Azaria.
Come on up. Rosaria? Azaria, come on. So and what's your name?
Asia.
Asia and Azaria. I want you to stand here right next to each other, right? I mean, facing each other like this. Okay? Just hold on. So I need 2 people from over here. Come on. Come on. I'm okay with time? Am I? Okay. I can't talk for 40 minutes. Okay, what's your name?
Oh, sorry. I'm DJada.
DJada?
Yes.
Darius.
And Darius. Okay, I want you 2 to stand like this with each other.
Okay.
Okay. Last section, 2 people from over here. You, come on. You're so quiet over here. You just seem like you really want to come up here. And what's your name?
Kiara.
Kiara?
Monique.
Monique. So everybody's standing here facing each other. And I need the audience to help me. I want you to look at each of the 2 students in your section. So I'm going to ask each of the 2 students to hold hands, face each other and hold hands. Okay? I want the student on my left. Who is the student on my left? You see the student on my left? So the student on my left, raise your hand so we know who we're talking about. Yep, you're on my left, good. So what I want the student on my left to say is, honey, I love you. And what I want the student on my right to say is, honey, I love you, but I just can't smile. Okay? So what you're saying is, honey, I love you, but I just can't smile. Okay? And so the student on my left, you can smile your butt off. But the student on my right, you better not crack a smile. Okay? So let's hear it. The student on the left, let's hear it. What you're saying is, honey, I love you.
Honey, I love you.
And what are you going to respond? Honey, I love you, but I just can't smile.
Honey, I love you, but I just can't smile.
Is that a smile I see? Is that a smile? Let's try it over here. Honey, I love you.
Honey, I love you.
Honey, I love you, but I just can't smile.
Honey, I love you, but I just can't smile.
Is that a smile? Okay, I know these girls are over here are not going to smile. They are very, very serious. Yeah, get the smiles out now. Honey, look her in the eye. Honey, I love you.
Honey, I love you.
Honey, I love you, but I just can't smile.
Honey, I love you, but I just can't smile.
That was a smile. Okay, thank you all. You can sit down. I know I'm running out of time, so I'll try to wrap it up. But my point is that you see how infectious smiles can be. So no matter how you're feeling, smile. It will change how other people feel, and it will change how you feel inside. So when I finished my residency, I got into University of Chicago. Now, University of Chicago may not mean anything to you all, like the word may not mean anything to you, but it was huge to me. I mean, people get Nobel Prizes who go to University of Chicago. So I was smart, but I wasn't like in that league. So I was really, really intimidated in the beginning. I was the only female in the nephrology program. I was one of 5 black doctors in the fellowship, the whole of all the fellows. I really felt like I didn't fit in. We had to be there at 6 in the morning and stay until 8 or 9 at night. I worked so hard and I felt like I wasn't enough. But I kept a smile on my face no matter how I felt. And before you know it, people were coming to me asking me for advice. So smile. You will be amazed at the effect it has. So the last thing I'll tell you is that I want you to remember what you are made of. Remember who you came from. One time I was crying to my girlfriends, saying I felt so bad, like I was in medical school and I was doing all this stuff, and I felt like my kids weren't getting what they should be getting, like I wasn't being a good enough mother to them. I wasn't going to basketball games, I wasn't volunteering at the school. My kids weren't having any sleepovers. They were lucky they got dinner at night. So she explained to me, and this stuck with me, that that's who we are. Female slaves would be pregnant and have their baby in the fields and get up and keep working in the field. So that's in our genetics, to be able to multitask, to be able to do a whole bunch of stuff. So it's just who we are. We're just strong like that. And so I'll leave you with this, that we can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. Thanks.